Linky going. How was it? Wait.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tray4Stray First International Hybrid Forum. We are celebrating ahead of the World Stray Animals Day that happens every 4th of April. So today we are joined by our friends who are animal lovers, and we are going to share stories of some of the most adorable strays that we have saved, and they are continue to inspire us with their strength and their resilience and their continued loyalty to humans. And they are pretty much teaching us a lot of lessons how to be better as humans. So today, I would like to introduce our host, Anastasia. Anna?
Hello. Well, I'm very honored to be here today. I came back to live in Georgia 2 years ago, and I was always aware of the very troubled situation of strays and animals here in general. But I got really actively involved in all of it when a stray cat quite literally adopted me by walking into my life. And ever since then, I couldn't let go of these adorable animals anymore. And I have some very exciting and interesting guests here with me today, which I would love to have them introduce themselves.
Hi, thanks so much. It's fantastic to be here. My name is Osnat Katz Moon. I moved here about a year ago. And since the day I got off the plane, I just absolutely fell in love with all of the stray animals here. But knowing the situation and knowing about the lack of infrastructure for these animals, I have become committed to doing what I can in terms of feeding, trapping, neutering, vaccinating, releasing these wonderful animals to give them a better quality of life. And my husband and I have also rescued our own darling little street cat. He went from being nothing but skin and bones to being a happy, healthy, lovely, energetic young male. It's been a real privilege to see him grow like this, and I just want to be able to afford that privilege to other street animals in Georgia.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Anastasia. I'm very honored to be here. I'm 14 years old and I'm in 9th grade, and all my life I've been living in Georgia. This is a great place, and since I was a little girl, I always wanted to take stray animals to my house, and it led to my loveness I have to animals right now. And I helped my dad, Zakaria, to translate some stuff because of language barrier, because he can speak English and I can speak English. So everywhere he goes, I follow him to translate and help him. So yeah, my dad's project is Sapaga, which means Stray Animals Project in Georgia, and it's been going for around almost 6 years. And it first started when my dog Ricky got ill and he was dying in our arms, and he joined some Facebook groups to try to find a cure to help him. And he found, it was like a winter time, and he found many animals, mothers, pregnant dogs who were struggling and were freezing in the cold streets. And he decided, like, he didn't know anything, how to nail anything. And time to time he got better, and now he has put over 1,000 houses all around Georgia. And he also made wheelchairs to help disabled dogs, and gave them a chance to walk for a second time and gave them a new life. He also makes feeders and water gadgets to help the animals when people aren't around. He started this during pandemic because lots of people were afraid to go out, and animals were starving, and lots of animals were found eating trash and dying because of trash. And then he would sneak out to put food into feeders and help them.
That's very, very inspiring. Yes, please say something. We will translate.
გამარჯობა, მოგესალმებით ყველას, მოგესალმებით. ჩემთვის დღეს სასიამოვნოა ყოფნა და სასიამოვნოა ვიდგე გუნდის გვერდით, რომელიც ჩემი ქვეყნის სტუმარია და ზრუნავს ჩემს ქვეყანაში არსებულ პრობლემას. ეს არის პირველი განსაკუთრებული, რაც დღეს ხდება. და მეც ამიტომ ვარ დღეს აქ.
So he's very happy that he sees other people, our country guests, helping stray animals. And he's very honored to be here. And he's honored that other people help our animals, which belong to this country. And he's very happy about that fact that lots of people care about animals.
Lovely. So we have a little video about the kind of work that you do. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce one more guest. Corrie, please. I'm very sorry. Please introduce yourself.
It's hard when I'm not in the room. I'm Corrie Weaver. I've been a guest in Georgia for a year now, and my husband and I have been working with spay neuter release for feral animals for 15 years back in the States. And when we moved here, we brought 2 of our formerly feral cats with us. And since we've been here, we've picked up at least 1 more of our own little ones here in Georgia. And we are so happy that all of the people we have found here in Georgia have been interested in helping us feed and support spay neuter and do everything we can to help the street cats.
That's great. Thank you very much. All right, then let's quickly get back to your project. Let's start with the video that summarizes sort of your work, and then we can talk a little bit more about it.
ეს არის პატარა ვიდეო, რომელიც ამ თუთოს გაკეთდა რეალურად და არ არის დამუშავებული. ეხება რაღაცა ხმებით თუ ეს არის ჩვენი ჩემი სამუშაო არქიტექტურული.
So this is the working area, and we can see how sort of the houses get assembled, how they get transported and put up in different places for all the strays in need.
ეს არის ყოველდღიურობა ინფლიუენსერი. ძალიან ავაჩქარე რომ ესე ცუგა რომელმაც ეს ლიპები ძალიან სპორტსადო.
Yes, and that's one of the wheelchairs, yes, for dogs, to help them move again and sort of regain some sort of quality of life.
და ბავშვები ჩართული სიტყვას რომ რაც შეიძლება მეტი ინფორმაცია და რაც შეიძლება მეტი დამოკიდებულება გექნება.
Yeah, and an important part of the Stray Animal Project in Georgia is to always involve children so that they can learn about strays and that they can obtain information and from early age on become a part of it. So, thank you very much. So what I would like to know is how do you normally approach people and say, hey, let's help strays in your area, let's put up some houses. How does that usually work?
როგორ მოწოდებს ხალხს რომ რაღაც მოდიხარ დავეხმაროთ ცხოველებს და დაუდგათ სახლი ერთად?
ამისთვის გავაკეთე Facebook გვერდი, სადაც ვაკეთებ წინასწარ, ასე ვთქვათ, ხადებას კონკრეტულ ადგილზე, კონკრეტულ პროექტზე და შემდეგ ვიწყებთ ამაზე მუშაობას. ძირითადად მე არ მოუწოდებ ძირითადად
So he made a Facebook page about his work and what he's doing, and he usually makes a post about the location where house is going to be placed and about this whole project. And normally people ask him to help because in 21st century, they love animals more than anything, let's say.
That's good. That's good. So normally when you come to an area, I assume that most people are happy to see that you help stray animals, but then sometimes all of us who feed strays, we've encountered people who are a little bit more hostile. How do you deal with them? How do you interact with them? Do you have any tips for us how to sort of teach people to be kinder to animals?
ნეგატიურად ხო ხდებიან ხოლმე რაღაცას და როგორ ეხმარებით და როგორ მოწოდებთ რომ არ იყოს ნეგატიური?
კეთილ მაგალითებს, ანუ ვცდილობ რომ აუხსნა, რომ მოწესრიგებული ცხოველი, რომელიც ბინადრობს ქუჩაში, ბევრად უფრო უსაფრთხოა და ბევრად უფრო უპრობლემო, ვიდრე მოუწესრიგებელი. რეალურად ეს ცხოველი, რო ცხოვრობს ქუჩაში, ჩვენი ბრალია და ჩვენთან უნდა ვიზრუნოთ.
So he tries to explain to these people that these animals which are in streets and they're stray are more stable and like they don't make any problems and they don't create like much mess as other animals, and it's our fault that these animals are in the streets, so we gotta fix it.
Yes, absolutely. It's every stray is on the streets because a human being abandoned it, and Osnat, Corrie, do you have any questions to Zakaria?
Sure. I'll ask a question now. So my question is, what project are you the most proud of?
Great question.
ყველაზე მეტად რომელი პროექტი თამაშობს კელს უნდა ეკეთებიაო?
ეს არის ეტლი ინვალიდი ძალისთვის. სადაც ცხოველს ჩუქნი შანს სიცოცხლის.
The project that he's most proud of is wheelchair project, that he gives second chance to animals and gives them a second life.
ეს ჩემი ხელით იქნება და ეს არის.
He makes it by his own hand, and that's the best part.
I love it. Corrie, how about you? Do you have any questions?
I do. What are your favorite things about getting the children involved with the project, and which projects do they seem to enjoy the most?
შესაყვარელი ნაწილი რა არის იმაში, რომ ბავშვები ერთვებიან.
ალბათ ჩემი ცხოვრებაა ბავშვური. ჩემი ცხოვრებაა ბავშვური, ანუ მე ყოველთვის ბავშვი ვიქნები და მომწონს სიკეთე, რაც არის ამ ბავშვში. და მინდა რომ ეს სიკეთე იყოს ყოველთვის ბოროტების გარეშე. და მიყვარს უცხო მათთან ერთად ვარ კეთილ საქმეებში და თავგადასავლებში.
So yeah, his whole life is childish and he will be childish forever. And he wants other children to be as childish as him and like be kind and not evil and help animals and yeah, just be kind. Yeah.
და ბავშვებს ყველაზე მეტად რა მოსწონთ, როცა თქვენ მოდიხართ?
ალბათ ჩემი დანახვა. და კეთილი მანქანა ზოგადად ყველაზე ლაპარი სიკეთით თავდება. რეალურად. და მე ბავშვებთან ყოველთვის აქცენტს ვაკეთებ იმაზე, რომ როცა ცუდი რაღაც ხდება, ჩვენ აუცილებლად უნდა შევეცადოთ, რომ ეს ცუდი დამთავრდეს კეთილად. და ამაში გმირები უნდა ვიყოთ ჩვენ. ეს არის ყველაზე მთავარი.
So kids love him as well. They love seeing him in Kind Car. And he says that fairy tale always ends with kindness. And he gotta teach those kids that some moments in their life are bad, but they gotta make it kind.
Actually, yeah, can you tell more about the Kind Car? Because it's sort of the symbol of your project.
Yeah, so Kind Car was actually gifted to him.
კეთილი მანქანა უფრო ასოცირდება კეთილ მექანიზმთან. რომელიც ინგლისურად კარგად არ გავს ერთმანეთს, მაგრამ ქართულად შეგვიძლია დავაკავშიროთ ეს მანქანა და მექანიზმი. რეალურად მე ვსაუბრობ კეთილ მექანიზმზე. მაგრამ ხალხს გონია რომ ეს არის კეთილი მანქანა, რომელსაც ბორულები აქვს, ხდები?
Yeah.
და მე ვიცი რომ ეს მექანიზმი კარგად მუშაობს.
So the kind car is actually associated to kind mechanism, and he always, like in Georgian, it's like better sounds. In English it goes well too, but in Georgian it's better. He always talks about kind mechanism, but people assume it as kind car. So kind car is just drives around and helps people like kind mechanism.
All right. So thank you very much. We will definitely come back to talk more about this project, which is, there's many amazing projects going on for Strays, but this is my personal favorite project. And like from the moment that I discovered it on Facebook, I've been quietly fangirling it. But yeah, we have another guest joining, who I think is already here. Well, some technical difficulties. In one minute or so, I think we'll have one more guest joining, who has been helping us coordinate support during the earthquake in Turkey, because we were collecting donations to get humanitarian help both to humans but also animals who were affected by the earthquake in Turkey, and he can sort of tell us from the location how everything is going and how the situation is today. Okay, still waiting. Meanwhile, do you have any more questions? Or
Yeah.
Corey, you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit more about these feeding tubes that you've been installing for stray dogs and cats?
Every time someone moves in.
საკვებული იყო სიზმარი იდეაში, როცა დაიწყო პანდემია. პანდემიამდეც ჰქონდა ცდელობა, მაგრამ პანდემიის დროს იყო ძალიან ცუდი მდგომარეობა, იმიტომ რომ ადამიანებს არ შეეძლოთ გარეთ გასვლა, რომ გამოეკვებათ ცხოველები. და როგორც კი ეს ამბავი მოხდა, ეს შეფთვის იყო ძალიან ცუდი, იმიტომ რომ და გასვლის დარღვევა. და რასაც ვაკეთებდი რეალურად, რომ ვიპარებოდი სახლიდან, გავაკეთებდი რამოდენიმე აპარატს, ჩუმად მივიდოდი რაღაც კონკრეტულ ლოკაციებზე, ამებს ვამაგრებდი და ხალხს ვეუბნებოდი, რომ აი, შენი კორპუსის ქვეშ არის ეს და მიდი ჩაყარე და 2 დღე, 3 დღე ეყოფათ. და რეალურად ესე გაგრძელდა.
სიზმარში.
ხო, სიზმარში ნახეთ თვითონ აგებულება. როგორი უნდა გამეკეთებინა. ვიყენებ პლასტიკის მილებსაც, მაგრამ ძირითადი რაც არის ის კონსტრუქცია, რასაც საკვებული დავარქვი თავის დროზე, ეს იყო ჩემი ერთი გენიალური სიზმარი, რომელიც დილას ავდექი და უფრო გავაკეთე რაღაცა კარგი და გამოვიდა ბევრად ეფექტური ვიდრე ეს პლასტიკატის რაღაცა.
So he actually had a dream about it, about the construction itself, and in the morning he rushed up and made some of it, like few of it, and he actually broke the law kind of because he had to sneak out and quietly attach this to trees and buildings, and he would be like, hey, this feeder is under your apartment, come down and like put food in it so animals can eat. And he also makes it with plastic tubes and wooden construction. The original was this wooden one, which is like more effective. And I remember the day when he just woke up and rushed to his workplace and made something, and I was like, Dad, what is it? Like, it looks like a boot. Like, and he was like, it's feeder. And he tried it on my dog, and she was amazed because it's so like, it's not hurting neck or something. Like, it's great construction.
და იმაზე ვთქვი, ბაბაჯანაზე.
Oh.
რომ ქართული ზაფხულის ძმირი სახელიც იყო ბაბაჯანა.
He actually makes water kind of things too, water constructions, which are made by plastic bottles, and his name is Babajana, which is character from Georgian fairy tale who brings water to people. And it's also great, like he made this during summer because there was like many dogs who were hot, and they were thirsty and couldn't do anything, and they drank seawater and stuff. So he would just pour water in, and it would come out like the feeder. So yeah.
Great. Corrie, what about you? You said you also had a question before.
Oh, I was just wondering if you are building out the organization so that it can spread further, or are you training more people to help build more houses or get into more cities? Because it's such a fantastic project that it should be everywhere.
ანუ ხალხს ასწავლითო ესე გააკეთონ და გაავრცელონ თუ ორგანიზაციასავით თქვენ აქცელებთ?
არა, პარალელურად რასაც ვაკეთებ, შექმნილი მაქვს YouTube გვერდი, სადაც ვასწავლი როგორ უნდა გააკეთონ ეს საკუთარი ხელით. და უზიარებ ცოდნას, მე რაც ვიცი, მინდა რომ ბევრმა ისწავლოს, რომ მარტო მე ცოდობა.
So he has his YouTube channel where he posts tutorials or how to build like feeders, how to make wheelchairs and houses.
Wheelchairs.
Oh, not wheelchairs. Wheelchairs.
ძალიან სპეციფიურია და ძალიან ფაქიზია. კონკრეტული ზომები, მექანიზმი და ასე შემდეგ.
So wheelchairs is hard part because it needs like special stuff, which is not always the same size. It depends on the dog. Because it will be like risky to it could damage a disabled dog more if it was one size only, so it's harder. So yeah, he wants to spread his knowledge because he's working alone, and yeah, he's very easy actually with this work, and he tries to spread it so more people can make it.
Yeah, so many strays and only one Zakaria. All right, okay, so Ufuk can hear us as I understood. So please introduce yourself and tell us more about how the situation is currently where you are. Hear him? Okay. So we still have some technical difficulties. Can't rely on technology at all. Okay. Yes. So while we sort out modern technology, let's look at that one of the cats that Tray4Stray is helping. So this is little Caramel, and what happened to her is there was a sewage leak nearby, and the water got polluted, and she was drinking it, and then from that she got a horrible eye infection. So Tray4Stray took her in to look after her and clean her up. And it's just one of the examples why it's so important to help the strays, because we not only, like sort of as humans, we not only put them on the streets, but then we even create a very hostile environment where they can't even fend for themselves. Yeah. And here she is. Come here. A little bit camera shy, are we? Yeah, a bit camera shy. My God, she's so fluffy. She's such a fluffy cat.
So
Yeah. Yes, so Caramel is looking for a home. Well, all of the cats that we will be introducing today are looking for a home. Caramel is one of them, like this amazing little floof ball. She is, I can't describe how soft and fluffy her fur is. Like, I don't want to let go of her. Like, this is an amazing, beautiful cat. And yeah, so we really need to find homes for all of these cats and rehome them. And any help and support in that situation is appreciated. The cats can go in Georgia. They can also go to homes in other countries. We can definitely make that happen too. We just need somebody stepping up and saying, hey, I want to take in this floof ball. You're so adorable. She's sitting here quite nicely, actually. She doesn't want to go. Yeah.
Close up.
Say hello to the camera, Caramel.
So, feisty? Feisty.
Yes.
It's not on Monday.
Yeah. So Feisty is the next cat that we want to introduce today. And his story was very, very dramatic. So his mom was neutered too late, as it happened, and he was the only one of the litter to survive. 1 week premature. He was raised with the bottle, like from this big to this huge, slightly naughty little cat. Come here. So this is Feisty. Look, say hello to the camera. He's he's very energetic. So he has a lot of energy. He's very, very playful, right? Currently still not 1 year old. In May he'll be 1 year old. Yeah. And there he goes. Yeah, so Feisty is looking for a nice foster family who will take him in from July to October in Germany. So yes, that is his story. He's like, this is a cat that really shows how extremely resilient things are, and how life always finds a way if you just give it a little bit of nourishment and space. Yeah.
There's nothing else, but Zakaria was 3 weeks old in the parking lot.
Yep.
So now they're really big and they're looking for it.
Yeah. 2 more cats are coming. They're extremely cute. Personally, I can't really tell them apart. For me, they always come as a package deal. But yes, they were. I mean, like all the strays we encounter, they were found very, very small and young in the parking lot, just 3 weeks old, and tiny, malnourished, just like skin and bones. And now they're beautiful 3-colored cats like that. By the way, I don't know if you knew, but 3-colored cats can only be female. They can never, they can be male if they have a genetic disorder, but normally they're always female. Male cats cannot be 3-colored. Yes. So Nina and Katya even have passports. Like they could go internationally anywhere. Like right now, they're ready to go to be jet set modern cats. They also just need a person saying, hey, I'm willing to open my house for you and let you come in and live here. Well, actually, it's a cat, so let's be honest. What you'll be doing is you'll be handing over your house to the cat, and the cat will allow you to live in its house. But
yeah, are looking for donation for 3 months to put in this dispenser.
Yeah, yeah.
These are the kind of food.
What kind of food? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sterilized adult kitten.
Yeah. Yeah. So before we talked about the dispensers that have been installed, and one of the reasons to install the dispensers is that you no longer have to go out multiple times a day to feed the cats. You can fill them up every 2 or 3 days, and then the animals can come and get as much food as they need. And of course, as with all projects, we're also collecting donations for the dispensers to fill them up with food. Now people always ask what types of, like, you can donate money or you can also donate food directly, and people always ask what kind of food cats need. And well, the thing is, there's kittens, there is sterilized adult cats, so food suitable for those two is always welcome.
Impacted by the water leak. We are asking donation for this.
Yeah, and another thing that, well, to all of us is very familiar. I have boxes of this at home too. So cats, to deworm stray cats, the best thing is to use like spot-on drops. So donations of those are also always welcome. Like this is, for example, a good example. I use this on my own cat and also on the strays. Or next guard. These things are always welcome for the strays, because the other thing is investing a little bit money in deworming strays actually helps them, because they are healthier, but then they also eat less as a result, because they don't have to sustain a parasite in their organism. So that is a way to help. Like if you can't take in a stray, feed it or deworm it.
Current government promises to close stray animals in shelters. So in Turkey, there's also problems there. So it's not just.
Yeah. So it's too small. I can't read what's written there.
So this, still need to raise funds for earthquake.
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, right after the earthquake happened, we had a fundraiser to raise funds and help the victims of the earthquake there. And the thing is, the situation there is still ongoing. It's still, and it's not only humans who were affected by that earthquake. There's a lot of animal victims. So that too is another ongoing project of Tray4Stray, where we are still investing our time and also continuing to donate, continuing to collect donations that way, to help the people over there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So one of the reasons I'm here is not just that the plight of stray animals here in Georgia is dear to my heart. It's also because, as my friends in the UK will know, I love cats. I love to spam all of my friends with pictures of cute cats from Georgia. I even spam my friends and friends with pictures of cute cats from Georgia. And if you've seen any of my pictures of really cute cats, or if you've seen, or if you're watching this live stream right now, in which case, hello, good morning. I know it's still quite early in the UK. Please consider adopting one of these lovely little felines. They have their pet passports and their required vaccinations all ready to go. We can even bring them to the UK for you. We can absolutely get that sorted, but we just, we really need homes for these lovely cats. They've got cute little faces. They'll make your life so much better. Please consider giving them homes.
Absolutely. I can only add here, as a converted dog person, that cats are amazing pets. 2 years ago, if you'd told me that I would be sitting here telling people to adopt cats, I would have said you're crazy. But that's what happens. They're extremely amazing animals. They're really good pets. They are, I must admit, smarter than dogs. I have learned that. My cat is definitely smarter than our dogs. So yes, it's not only to the UK. We can also we can have them brought to Germany, to Turkey, to anywhere in Europe. Most of these cats are really ready to hop on a plane. The only thing they're missing is a family saying, "Hey, sure, I'll take you in." Yeah. I know, Corey, do you want to address anybody in particular to shame them into taking in a cat?
I do know that for a lot of people, it seems like a big commitment, and it is a big commitment. You're agreeing to take care of another little life, but they do make your lives, I mean, crazier. And sorry, our little Georgian kitty came up to us at a restaurant almost a year ago as a teeny tiny little kitten and hopped into my lap. And Merj, of course, had food and water in her bag, and the kitten ate and then went to sleep and wouldn't let go. So sometimes you just end up with, we certainly weren't expecting to have another kitten, but we certainly don't regret it. And I think when you can rearrange your life just a little bit to make room for one more little soul, it makes things exciting and better, even if you do lose a little bit of sleep while they're still in the bouncy pouncy stage.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I would also add that there's something extremely well calming and also like very warming about opening your door at the end of your workday and having a little furry four-legged family member waiting there for you. It's just it's a different kind of, at least for me. I mean, yes, animals are a member of your family, but they are different from human animals. The kind of interactions you get from them is, in my opinion, a little bit more pure, because animals, they don't really want anything from you, I mean, except for food. But like humans, very often when they approach you, you don't know what is their agenda. Are they kind to you because they want something from you, or are they just kind because they're kind? Animals don't have that. They're just, I mean, as long as you feed them, they will be extremely kind to you. Some animals will be kind to you even if you don't feed them and don't deserve the kindness, but they will still be kind to you. And I think that's sort of what I learned from having my own pet. It's very nice to have this kind of relationship in your life, because it's a very pure relationship.
Yeah, if I can add something on. So yeah, a couple of months ago, when my husband first brought our cat home, he was just skin and bones, and I was a little bit taken aback because we both wanted a cat for some time, but hadn't really talked about it, and so we really rapidly had to readjust our lives to become foster pet parents while we looked for a home for our little cat. But what we found was we were both so much more chilled out with just a friendly little fuzzball slinking around our place, sitting on our laps and chests. He definitely likes to use us as pillows and cuddle up to us in the night, which is really sweet. And so in the end, we decided to foster fail him and adopt him into our lives. And 10 out of 10, one of the best decisions we have made in Georgia. They are just such calming little presences, and it's really sweet to know that you have a little animal in your life who loves on you.
So Anastasia, I have actually a question for you. I mean, we're here mostly about cats. You have a dog, but still, I'm also somebody who loves dogs. So for me, they are on the same level. From what I understood, you basically grew up having animals around you all the time. So how has it been for you as a kid to always have a furry companion?
It was actually nice. Like, I remember going to field trips with my classmates and my head teacher, and it would always be sad because I couldn't have my dog around. And I was sad all the time. And when they would ask me, like, what's wrong? Why are you sad? Like, you're on a field trip. I was like, I want my dog. Because my dog actually, like, he was my best friend. He is my best friend. And a human can't be your friend as much as an animal can be, because they are really faithful and they love you from the bottom of their heart, and nothing will like separate you.
ის ცუცხარი ვალიკოს როგორ უყურს და ვალიკო რიკი არის ყველაზე ეგოისტი ძაღლი დედამიწაზე რაც კი არსებობს და როცა პატარა იყო ფისოსთან ერთად ცხოვრობდა მაგრამ მე არ ვიცი როგორ რანაირად რა მოხდა იმის ცხოვრებაში აი ეხლანდელ მდგომარეობას გეტყვით სიტყვა კატას რო გაიგებს ვიღაცა რო ეს გავლით იყო კატა ვალიკო ეგრევე გაცეცებს რომ რა ხდება რა მითარი შესაძლებელი აი ესეთი ეგოისტი ძაღლია და ფისოსთან
So the relationship with my dog and cats is horrible. Like he used to, like when he was a little puppy, he used to live with a kitten. But I don't know what happened, like what changed him. But now when he hears the word cat, like someone would just walk and say word cat, and he will be like, it's an enemy. Like someone's shouting their enemy's name, and he runs around the balcony all the time and just barks at random stuff if he hears a cat or something. And they are true enemies now. What changed him, I don't know, but their relationship is the worst.
That's that. So, Zakaria, speaking to you as a parent, like something I hear sometimes parents say is that they are afraid that their child growing up with an animal will be dangerous for the child for whatever reasons. So I just wanted to have your insight on this as a parent. How is it to have like your kid grow up together with a pet?
პრობლემები რომ ამბობენ რომ აი ცხოველებთან რო ისდება ბავშვი რაღაც საშიშია და რაღაცა და შენ მოსაზრება რა არის ჩვენ ხო ვიზევთ რიგის
თუ გვინდა რომ ბავშვები გაიზარდონ უფრო კეთილები, უფრო მეგობრულები, უფრო მზრუნველები აუცილებლად უნდა ყავდეთ მეგობარი, ოთხფეხა მეგობარი. ეს არის მგონი რა ვიცი ყველასთვის ცნობილი და მიგვიშ ესეთი ადამიანების ვინც ამბობს რომ ცხოველი ბავშვთვის საშიშია. იმიტომ რომ ბავშვი რეალურად იგებს რა არის სიყვარული.
So he says that if you want your child and kid to be friendlier and a kid who can love anything like more and it is not spoiled or something and loving, you have to have a four-legged pet around them because they learn love from these animals, and he can just understand people who say that animals is dangerous for children because they're like best friends. Like I've seen a few videos when there's a little toddler and he thinks he's a dog too because of his puppy, and they like bond together and are best friends, like sibling type. So it is not dangerous to have four-legged animal around your kid.
Absolutely, I agree. I also, we had a little puppy when I was a little kid, and it's also my best friend growing up. I don't know, did you have animals growing up?
Yeah. I actually raised my childhood cat, so I grew up around cats. We picked out this like little 8-week-old kitten, and then her and I grew up together, and it taught me a lot about responsibility.
That is cute. Yeah. So Corrie, how about you? Did you grow up with pets? How was it?
I grew up with dogs. Actually, almost all of my baby pictures are of me against the side of a massive Saint Bernard. So we always had dogs. We've had Saint Bernards or Shelties or German Shepherds, and it never occurred to me once that there would be a problem. They'd never hurt me. They were always my best friends, even as a teenager, during those horrible years as a teenager that I think everybody goes through, where it's like, I'm going to run away, I'm going to go live on my own. I never actually thought about it without trying to figure out where I was going to get dog food from, because obviously I was taking the dog with me. So no, we've always had animals. Before we came here, we had two very elderly dogs, and I think that's something else that people could sometimes think about. If adopting a younger dog or cat seems like a lot of work because a puppy and kitten can be a lot of chaos, there are a lot of older dogs that would love, older dogs or cats that would just love a safe space to spend their senior years, to have someplace warm and a soft pillow to lay on and somebody to love them. So the kittens are super cute, but they can be extra work. So if you're not sure about all that extra energy in your life, a senior dog or cat is a fantastic idea, and there is no shortage of them, and they need all the love too.
That is a very good point that you're raising. So I'd like now to introduce our next guest, Dr. Bayram. Can you please say a few words about yourself?
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me. I am an academic living in Istanbul. Cats are almost sacred animals for people living in Istanbul. Istanbulians, let's say Istanbulians, love cats. They feed cats in their home, in their streets. From time to time, I send some pictures of cats in Istanbul to Merjina. For example, they almost own cafes. They almost own stations, metro stations, bus stations, wherever they like, actually. Banks, I mean, people sitting on banks, this and that. And basically, people do not like to disturb them. I saw many cats sleeping on banks or sleeping on chairs in cafes, in restaurants and that. If there is a cat sitting on a chair, on a seat chair, on a bank, people tend to leave them alone, and you will see a cat. Look in our house. Oh, this is my daughter.
Hi.
Talk to them.
Hello.
Here is one. This one was a stray cat, actually, and it is so lovely that we love her, basically, and she's mascot of our home. She's joy of our home, and we feed cats in our city as well. We have got a food dispenser around our apartment, basically. So that more or less, there are at least a few extra cat lovers. Let's say everybody more or less likes like cats, obviously. But if some people like extra, they try to treat them, through by buying cat food. I mean, or taking them to vets for what is it called? I forgot the word, but actually for deworming, or what's the word? I forgot, but to prevent them from birth, getting pregnant.
Yeah.
I forgot that word for now. Of course, I know, but cats are more or less treated quite well. Their only enemy, I can tell, are dogs. Well, we have got to accept that. But cats usually take their precautions, and they are cautious animals, obviously. When they see dogs, they just disappear from the scene so that they can have their lives in an orderly manner. For now, this is all I'm going to say. But if you ask any questions, I will happily answer them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bayram. I actually have a question. So I was in Istanbul about a year ago, and I already knew that it was the city of cats, but it went way beyond what I imagined when I actually arrived there. There's really cats everywhere in Istanbul, and they are all in such good conditions. They're well fed, they're well groomed. They look like house cats, but they live outside. But then really almost every shop had food and water outside. They had mats outside. It was incredible. How did Istanbul become the city of cats? Like, do you know how that happened?
It is actually more or less traditional. You know, in old days, there used to be, rats, mice living in the streets. Probably that's my guess. But cats are very good at getting them loved. Believe you me, I'm sure. I'm sure you are experiencing the same things. For example, when I get in home, our cat actually come to our feet, and then it tries to caress us through turning around our feet, this and that. So that if you are human being, ordinary human being, there is no way you cannot love cats. They get themselves loved. Plus that, and then tradition, as I told you, cats protect people. Actually, they provide us with love. Plus, they protect us from vermins, all those this insects. Protect us from let's say illnesses. That's my guess. But this is traditionally, as I told you, for centuries, people in Istanbul always loved cats, and this is the cat love is coming from a long tradition, basically.
That is beautiful. I wish more cities had traditions like that.
Me too.
So just before you joined, we were actually having a conversation about how important it is for children to grow up with pets. So you yourself being a father, what is your opinion on this?
Well, I have always been actually animal lover anyway. I grew up in a village. We had dogs, we had several cats, we had cattle, this and that. So loving animals or being with animals is ordinary for me. And when our children were little, they somehow experienced that environment when we visited, obviously, our old towns, this and that. Plus, when our friends probably had cats or dogs at their home or in their streets, children saw that, and then when probably they asked to whether they will be harming or whether they will be harmful to them, probably we said no. You can love them, you can caress them. They wouldn't bring you any harm, or they wouldn't attack you. Probably through that, culturalization, our children love animals. Would you believe our children are scared from flies? Flies, flies, little insects, flying insects, but they don't get scared from cats or dogs. That's why we have a street cat in our home, and we love. Plus, as I told you, we feed street cats around our apartment home, and then actually we have got a WhatsApp group in the area where I live, and then I remind the residents that there is a food dispenser for street animals there. Please check whether they have got food, whether they have got water. And then I instructed, I'm manager of my apartment, interesting. I asked the employee, the apartment employee, that he should check food and water condition of the animals, in our city. If any of them is lacking, he should top up every day, so that actually I am happy with the residents, plus the work of our site workers, that animals are cared, they are safe, plus children even love them, believe you me. They bring street cats to our apartment garden, and then they caress them, so that actually I'm sure children are happy, parents are happy, cats are happy, except from dogs, as I told you. But there are not much dogs in Istanbul yet. Street dogs are dangerous for them, but cats are very good at defending themselves. That is why more or less we are coexisting together with our animals. Plus, if somebody kills a cat or attacks a cat, it is considered as a grave sin. Actually, in terms of beliefs, believe you me, in terms of like Islamic belief, let's say, Islam is considered as a violent religion for some, obviously not everybody, due to those Al Qaeda people, all those ISIS people, this and that. We condemn them anyway. But culturally, ordinary people consider them, if you don't feed animal, if you don't give water to an animal living in your city, to a dog, to a cat, all those things, it could be considered as a grave sin to the society, to the environment, basically, so that people feed animals. They take care animals just to be human, just to behave as an ordinary person. So culturally, animals more or less are safe in our cities or in our homes. This is all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ufuk, what about you? Did you grow up with animals? How has been your experience?
Ufuk has turned off his video. Ufuk, if you hear me, if you need help, with translation, I can help you. Okay, he's trying to connect, I think. Let's see. Let me check.
Yeah.
Let me check what he's doing.
Yeah. So while we're working on getting our guests connected, so the dispensers that we have installed for food, we will post the locations of these dispensers, and we're looking for kind people who will occasionally walk by and fill them up, because unfortunately, I mean, yes, the water dispenser is named after a mystical figure that brings water, but we cannot magically make food and water for the animals appear. So kind people have to fill it up, and so we're calling on members of the community here in Georgia to occasionally walk by and fill up the dispensers with food. So yes, we need volunteers for that, so that the feeders can remain to be operational and the animals can continue to have access to food. Yeah, so that Zakaria's hard work doesn't go to waste.
Thanks for having us here, and this is very nice day because we're telling people to like help the animals. And so please, like if you are in this area, just come and put food in the feeder so like cats don't die of hunger.
So let's go around and message the world during this.
Well, I would like to send out a message to all and any people from particularly Germany who are watching us here today. I think Germany is a very good example on how to treat stray animals. There's very few stray animals in Germany. Although there are, according to statistics, about 2 million stray cats in Germany still. Overall, they are in a very good condition. They're very well cared for. And I think this is one of the countries that you can always use as an example for how to treat it. And it's partly due to the fact that Germany has very strict laws against animal cruelty, but it has also very strict laws about how to keep animals. So they have to be chipped, so you always know who is the owner. They have to be castrated or neutered so that they don't repopulate, especially if they're allowed to go outside. Also, breeders are, in my opinion, not strictly enough, but quite strictly controlled. And I think there's many good things happening in Germany that could be an example for many other countries. So I wanted to greet all the people in Germany, all the volunteers and everybody who works at shelters in Germany who make all of this happen.
Yeah. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, it was absolutely a privilege to learn about animal welfare in Germany from you. And I think it also serves as an example to the UK. So shout out to all my British friends in the UK and also who are now expats living abroad. I know how much we all love animals and I know how much we all want the best for them. I'm also in contact with a bunch of cat shelters and cat rescues in the UK who are doing fantastic work. Let's keep it up. Let's regulate our breeders more strongly as well. And let's get a real push to get our animals microchipped because I know that they are, I think they are making it a law now, which is a really good move.
So yeah.
კარგი, ანუ ჩვენ საქართველოში სამწუხაროდ ჯერჯერობით ძალიან ძიმე მდგომარეობა გვაქვს, ძალიან რთულად არის საქმე, თუმცა იმედი და ძალას არ ვიშურებთ იმისთვის, რომ მოვსწორდეთ და ვიქცეთ ისე როგორც საჭირო. და მოვაქცეთ იმ არსებებს, რომლებიც თავის დროზე ადამიანმა მოიშინაურა და ადამიანის გარეშე შეუძლიათ იცოს კონდა იცხოვრო. მე მადლობას ვუხდი რიკვერნებს, ჩვენს მეგობრებს, წარმომადგენლებს და ყველას ვინც ზრუნავენ ამ არსებებზე და კეთილმანქანას სლოგანი აქვს, რომელიც პირველი დღიდან მოყვება, ჩვენ სიყვარული გადაგვარჩენს. ძალიან მარტივი ფორმულა, უბრალოდ გვიყვარდეს ჩვენ პატივი და ვიქნებით ბედნიერი.
So he says that it's very kind of hard time in Georgia right now, but we don't have to lose hope at all because if we are together, nothing will beat us, and we will be strong together. We will be standing strong. And he thanks all of the people around all the countries, our friends, that they are doing a good job, and thank you so much. And Kankar and Tapago has this slogan from the first day, which is very simple sentences like "Love will save us," and yeah, love will save us. So we have to stand strong together and help each other.
Absolutely agree. Yes, Corey.
May I add a few words?
Of course.
I thank you very much. Ufuk did not join us. Probably found themselves not good enough to talk to us in person, but he wrote through the chat that he said, "We people living in Istanbul also love birds, especially pigeons and seagulls." If you remember, when you get on a ship or travel on the sea on a boat, this and that, it is actually fun to feed seagulls by special bread called simit. Simit. I don't know. It's like donut. It's a round shaped. So Istanbul is famous for its seagulls plus pigeons. If you go to any mosque's garden, or any public place and any public marketplace, any public open area, you will see pigeons actually flying in and flying out. People in Istanbul do not disturb pigeons. It is culturally anyway. I mean, even pigeons are considered sacred. Believe you me. I can tell you the story, but we may stop doing that. So pigeons, seagulls, hedgehogs, even hedgehogs, believe you me, hedgehogs are protected more or less all over the Turkey, but especially in Istanbul. So people in Istanbul basically love all wild animals. We should add that, and then people around the world should also love pigeons, should also love seagulls, should also love hedgehogs, because they actually, at least they are useful to human beings. They don't attack us, they don't harm us. Actually, let's say even from the utilitarian view, they don't harm us, they help us. Hedgehogs eat worms that are harmful to our garden plants, flowers, this and that. And then pigeons consume flies, this and that. So they are all useful to us, so that actually we shouldn't harm any wild animal or any plant, because at least we should know that they are useful to us, they are useful to our environment. Harming them will mean harming us directly or indirectly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was a very important message for the environment. I think sometimes living in cities, being very disconnected from nature, we forget that we are part of nature. Nature doesn't serve us. We are one part of a big system, and if we damage it, it always backfires back on us. Yes, that was a very important environmental message. Thank you, Dr. Bader. Corrie, what about you? Any more words to add?
Just that I am so excited to see so many people involved and interested and caring in the lives of stray dogs and cats and all the animals, both here in Georgia and abroad, because we can make a huge difference, but it's going to take all of us.
All right. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all of you out there who has been very supportive of our program. And I would like to thank Zakaria. And thank you so much, the feed dispensers that you built for Tray4Stray. These are lifesavers because without them, who's gonna feed them sometimes, you know. So it's very important. So we thank you very much. And Anastasia, you are such a wonderful, you know, you're an example to your generation. Who's going to lead your country into changing a lot of things. And so you are the hope, and you know, I root for you. And we would like to also thank the people at New Mexico State University who's probably watching right now. It's early there, but they're going to see our broadcast. And I'm very proud of you, Anastasia, because one day you might be going to the United States and study there. So Radi Gabunya, he's Georgian, and he's right now at New Mexico State University doing his master's degree, and he's watching us right now. So Radi, hello, and congratulations to your success. And hope to see you come back to Georgia and work with Anastasia and young people. And Osnat, thank you very much. You are going to be a doctor very, very soon. Dr. Baram, she's getting her PhD also from UK. And I know you had your PhD in UK, so yay. And Anna, always, thank you very much for your help and support to Tray4Stray program and all the cats. Thank you so much. And Marina Klein in Germany, thank you very much for all the help and support. And Isabel, who is in UK right now, hello and good morning. Thank you very much. She's part of our team. And Zach and Nadia from the Kick-Ass Freelancing, who's our sponsor. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone. And hopefully we will help a lot of animals in Georgia and beyond. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Pizza! Pizza, pizza.